Every year CNBC comes out, what will the next generation, what will my kids say that what I did was ridiculous, eating meat? I think there's no. But for now, I'm going to stick with my meat-based diet. Sorry. Every year CNBC comes out with a list of the top 50 most disruptive companies in the world. In total, the list in 2022 has raised $56 billion in venture capitalists. I thought I'd go through the list and take a look at a few of the ones that I recognize, my opinion on them, and some of them as a company we use so I can give feedback or recommendations. Number one, Stripe. So Stripe comes in at number 8. While we don't use Stripe ourselves, a lot of our customers do. Online payment processing companies are growing and totally disrupting the financial world. What started probably with PayPal, which I think from the very beginning has been kind of bogus, but because it was the first option, it grew like crazy, right? It helped Elon Musk become Elon Musk. And there's a lot of different companies that are offering ways for small businesses or all businesses really to accept a plethora of options for payment. As companies become more digital, as worldwide logistics become more accessible, it's more and more important that there are cross-border payment options, that there are options to pay with different currencies or different payment methods, whether that be credit cards or blockchain type cryptocurrencies. So I think Stripe is great. I know a lot of people that use it. As for their fee structure, if they're competitive, do your own research. But I think any company that is offering products or services online should be figuring out how to work with the payment processing company to increase their e-commerce reach. Next up, Impossible Foods. Impossible Foods comes in at number 49. I think Impossible Foods is really interesting. I remember I had a conversation with my buddy Nick a few years back about our parents, our generations, and the things that they said or did when they were our age that we now find ridiculous. And we talked about what will the next generation, what will my kids say that what I did was ridiculous? And he said, eating meat. And I mean, that may be true, right? I certainly think that Impossible Foods is part of a revolution of people that are trying to be more aware of what they're eating and what their impact has on the world. I've had Impossible Burgers. I don't think they're very good. Am I against eating this type of product? Am I against eating made from plant burgers? No, of course not. And if they were as delicious as meat, I probably would eat them. If the prices was affordable and the flavor was the same, why wouldn't you? But for now, I'm going to stick with my meat-based diet. Sorry. Next up, Canva Pro. So Canva comes in at number 4. Anybody who works in social media has probably heard of Canva. Anybody who works in design has probably heard of Canva. It basically takes the past requirements of being able to use Photoshop, of being able to be a graphic designer, at least at a basic level, and throws them right out the window. Right? Canva is responsible for a lot of the content that we see every day. People use it to repackage what they're offering onto different social media platforms, make it look beautiful, insert graphic designs that are both aesthetically pleasing and also easy to use. I think Canva is fantastic. I recommend anybody to use it. It's very affordable too. Next up is Flexport. So Flexport comes in at number 1. Flexport obviously is an industry that has been extremely sensitive in the media, which is logistics. People everywhere, people unrelated to this industry are constantly talking about supply chain difficulties as if they understand the intricacies involved. They obviously don't. But because it's a hot topic, Flexport has grown tremendously. And because we are a Chinese-based contract manufacturer that mostly exports our products, a lot of our customers come to us asking for advice on logistics. When we first started introducing people to Flexport, we ourselves were wowed at it, right? It's solving a incredibly complex problem with what seemed to be pretty frictionless software. And on the surface, I think that is what it is, right? It solves this great problem. The UI and the UX look great. It makes sense. In reality, however, most of our customers that use it are unhappy and dissatisfied with the actual product. One example comes to the top of my head when a customer who used them ended up getting charged something like $1,000 for putting a few labels on their products, right? We're not talking about millions of units. We're talking about a few hundred. They were charged $1,000. When they reached out to Flexport customer service, they didn't have a person. They didn't have a customer account manager. They never even were able to get in touch with an actual person. So I think Flexport on paper is incredible. I think that they have hit a classic problem where they've grown too fast, and the actual quality of their offerings has been diluted to the point that I would not only recommend them, I would not only not recommend them, we started a logistics department in our company because what we could offer was a better option than what they could. Moving on. Blockchain.com comes in at number 7. I think blockchain.com is mostly used by Americans. I'm not American. I don't use it. However, I think that blockchain technology is easily the most disruptive in the world right now. I think that the ability to be trustless, the ability to remove flawed human interaction from the equation, I think the ability to have transparency in transactions and for accountability to not rely on people's judgment, but for accountability to be built into smart contracts. And I just think the blockchain is going to revolutionize basically every industry. And so for that reason, I'll give this one a thumbs up. But I do think that there are much more disruptive companies in the blockchain space right now. Finally, Discord comes in at number 13, and the one line they give is how digital natives converse. With the exception of WeChat, right? WeChat to me is the best conversation platform in the world. You can do everything on WeChat. You can pay for stuff. You can order food. You can take an Uber or the equivalent. You can communicate, video call. You can have your companies take the equivalent of Slack, right? You can do everything on WeChat, but it is also a huge monopoly. I don't see that happening in other countries for the most part. So with the exception of WeChat, I think Discord is the coolest and most innovative platform for communication in the entire world. It's how young people are communicating. It's cool. It's a great way for companies to build communities of really active community members who will build loyal followings for your brand. So I'm not going to go through the whole list, but there's some quick feedback on some of the top 50 disruptive companies from CNBC in 2022. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Sound off in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.